So this is one I've been looking at for a minute, man. The dream matchups in their primes. I just wanted to ask you a few of them, man. Like, what do you think? Like, who would win? We got like
Let me.
Hakeem, 1994 Hakeem versus Prime Wemby. Man, we haven't really seen Wemby in his prime, but I would say Wemby today.
Hakeem smoking him, bro.
Yeah, he was smoking, but damn, all right. So that's like a future matchup then.
Yeah, that's a future matchup.
Yeah,
But man, Hakeem Olajuwon, bro, like Hakeem Olajuwon, like for what he means to the city of Houston, I can't betray him, bro.
yeah, but can you imagine like when Prime Wemby
Listen,
versus 1994 Hakeem is crazy.
bro,
That's a
and you
crazy
know what's
finals.
crazy? Hakeem and Wemby trained this offseason, bro. My God, bro.
Yeah, that's yeah. Wemby, if he
That's scary.
Wemby already got the footwork too.
Yeah,
He learn the
like
moves. He could learn the dance moves. That's crazy. Now
God,
the next
man,
one is interesting. Prime
this one's
Larry,
fun.
Prime Larry Bird versus I would say versus 2011 LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals. Remember against the
Man,
Celtics, that version of LeBron when he was in the
that
Miami
version
Heat.
was crazy,
Yeah, that version versus Prime Larry Bird. That's crazy.
bro. But Larry was crazy though.
Yeah, that would be a crazy matchup. That would be fucking wild. Or is
Man,
it?
since we're going, are we going 2011? If it's 2016, I'd go with LeBron. But if it's 2011, I'm going with Larry.
You going with Larry? No, wait, with
Yeah, I
2000.
think the shooting.
Wait, which version of Larry Bird?
Which version are we talking about?
I just
The
put down
year?
Prime Larry Bird, the prime years. I would say early mid 80s.
Yeah, I put Larry. Before like the crazy back injuries, I'd put Larry.
Yeah.
But if we're talking like 2016, LeBron all the way.
What about this duo? 1992-93 Jordan Pippen versus 2018 or 2017 Durant and Curry.
Durant and Curry.
Wow, I would man, I wonder under which rules though.
If it's hand checking, probably Jordan and Pippen. But if it's modern, Kevin Durant and Steph.
Hmm.
Because I think Jordan and Pippen would have to play really aggressive on Steph Curry
But
and
they did. 92, 93. That's when Jordan had like 100 steals, 100 blocks.
yeah, but they played a lot of head checking, right? I think now, like if we're looking at it, since 2010s, the defense has been relegated. So Steph Curry and Kevin Durant have really been able to thrive with not a much
Yeah,
more
but I
physical
think I
defense.
think I think Jordan Pippen. Cause remember, Durant physicality bothers him. You don't have to hand check, but just a little.
Yeah,
I don't know. Durant handling Jordan and Pippen 92, 93 version. Jordan and Pippen, like that's that. Yo, they were strong as fuck.
yeah, they were his beasts, bro. But I don't know, like Durant, like with this current generation, bro, like he still has his finesse.
He
In
has
the
his finesse, but
90s, bro,
it
it'd
ain't,
be
it ain't, it ain't.
difficult.
I don't know if it would work against. I don't know if I think Jordan Pippen would beat them in the 2017 or 18 era because Curry at that time, strength or just people that physicality still bothered him, and Durant never built his body up. But Durant was killing, but Durant would still have. You can get physical with him. No one's saying hand
Oh,
check,
and Durant,
but
you
just
still
just
see it.
just having physicality, like the way Jordan and Pippen did, like that was
Yeah,
crazy, bro. Like I don't know,
it's a
but
tough battle, bro. But I might just, depending on the rules, bro. I don't know. It's you could just do a like a flip coin toss, bro.
all
So I
right.
think modern with how the referees and how the refing and how the league goes with defense nowadays,
Mm.
like I just can't see a world where they're stopping Kevin Durant, bro.
All right.
Like you can contain him, but I don't know if you could stop him.
What about 2020? What about last season's Jokic versus 2000 Shaq?
Bro, I gotta put the diesel.
That's crazy.
Bro, the diesel, bro,
Yeah,
Jokic is not stopping diesel.
I don't know. Jokic is a big motherfucker, man. I'm not saying he's
Bro, but he
stopping
does not got
Diesel.
the physical tools to stop Diesel, bro.
I'm not saying he's stopping Diesel, but I'm not saying he's gonna beat him. But I'm saying to absolutely say Diesel will destroy him. I don't know because what
Bro,
if
look,
what if Jokic throughout the game just tires him out by just camping at the 3 point line, and then Jokic could still post. Jokic is still like almost 300 pounds. He could still post up.
Yeah, Jokic can do like Jokic, bro. 1-on-1, I don't know, bro.
Jokic is not gonna back down Shaq, but if he gets positioning, like think about it, right? Jokic is at the top of the 3-point line. Shaq comes out, Jokic pump fakes. Now he's driving. Let's say he does that to Shaq all first half, and then his third quarter
Yeah,
does the same. Shaq is gonna start tiring down, man.
bro. But you're looking at that Shaq 2000s. That was peak athletic Shaq.
That was peak
Like,
athletic, but he never had to
yeah,
come out. See, like that. That's
yeah,
what
he
makes
never had
this.
to come out.
Yeah, that's what makes this interesting. He never had, but against Jokic, right? Imagine Shaq just dunks the ball, right? He just scores. He's getting back. Normally he goes underneath the hoop, but that's a
Is
mistake
this
because Jokic would be trailing, and then he would just pop up and shoot the three.
the main question I have? Is this make it take it, or is this like every possession switch or every shot switch?
I don't know. Either or, man.
Bro, make it take it, bro. If Shaq gets the ball first, like I don't see a world where Jokic is stopping him, bro. But if it's like back and forth possessions, then you're having a tough battle.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if that makes
Back and forth regular game. Like it would be.
yeah.
It would be interesting.
It'd be a tough battle.
I feel like Jokic would have to do. Jokic could do the methodical approach. He could do like a boxer. He could keep punching you, gut punches throughout the match. Because Jokic could begin to tire out Shaq. 3-point shooting, have him come out in the line, and then
Yeah.
attack. And then even if the first couple times it doesn't work as well, after like second quarter starts and he's still you know if Shaq doesn't camp out by the 3-point line, Jokic just popping that. And Shaq comes up, Jokic just pump fakes and tries to get by him. And it starts to work. And then he starts doing it third quarter, fourth quarter. Next thing you know, and he's passing at the same time. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. Well, I assume it's no like I assume it's 1-on-1, right? It's not team versus
No,
team.
it's team. It's team. Well, no, I'm
Ooh,
just saying. I'm just saying they're primes. They're primes. It's not necessarily.
damn. Okay, okay. I had the wrong approach to this. Then I'm
No,
thinking 1-on-1,
no, it's not
like
one on one.
one-on-one.
It's
Like,
their teams. It's their teams in the
mm.
version of that player.
Okay, let me switch it up, bro.
But we don't have to worry about their teammates. We're just talking about them going 1-on-1 in that team matchup. That's what I really mean.
Look, bro. At the end of the day, I think there's a famous Tim Duncan quote. I played him. I played him like when Richard Jefferson was quoting Tim Duncan when he said, "Jokic would kill you." It was the extent of he played me when I was past my prime. I played him before he was in his prime, and I did all right. Like this, bro. This series, they're both gonna fucking kill each other, bro. Like to be honest with you,
That would make
it's
for
gonna be a
great TV.
crazy ass game.
Yeah, it would
Just
be.
like Jokic and Shaq going 1-on-1. Like Jokic getting destroyed on the defensive end, but it's gonna be interesting to see like Shaq having to like watch out for cutters and watching the 3-point line and just Jokic being crazy, bro. Because he had a little bit of that with Vladi. Vladi did a good job giving him a hard time in his career, and Vladi was very similar to Jokic in playing style.
Mm-hmm. Now I have
But
one. I have another interesting one right here. The 2005 Kobe Bryant with the 81 points versus a young KD 2012 version after winning the scoring title 4 times already.
man,
That would be crazy. What?
that's a tough one, bro.
That is crazy. That is wild. That would be a must
Bro,
watch.
I would want to watch that just them 1-on-1, like not even a team setting, just to watch these guys tear each other up.
Bro, they'll both finish with like 50, man.
Yeah, bro. Like Kobe that year, Kobe was unreal. Like
Yeah.
you look at his team and you're like, fuck. Like credit to Kobe where it's due.
And also KD coming off of 4 scoring titles. 4 years, like, man, 4 scoring titles, man.
Man,
That's crazy.
this is what kind of like we were talking about Draymond conversation earlier. Like, bro, what Kevin Durant was able to achieve before going to the Warriors. He had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah.
I like it's crazy to me. People forget that the guy had a Hall of Fame career before he stepped in foot with the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he had a crazy game, and I'll even go to 13, bro. I think he's beating Carmelo Anthony, the Western Conference version, bro.
Now, we talking about the 2009 Western Conference Carmelo
Yeah,
versus a young 2012 KD.
yeah. I think he's beating him, bro.
Now, that's the year KD went to the finals.
Yeah, I think he's beating Carmelo.
Wow. Carmelo was
Like
nice.
Carmelo's crazy, bro.
That
Don't
was
get me wrong.
that
Carmelo,
was against Kobe in the Western Conference Finals. So that version of Melo
I just
versus
think
2012
Durant is
KD.
Durant overall throughout his career was a better scorer than Melo.
Hmm.
But like no knock on Melo, because that's an ultimate compliment to Melo, bro. Melo is that bro. I used to watch that guy. He didn't even have to take a dribble, bro. Like phone book shots, and I'd be like, man, how the hell did he create that separation?
Oh shit.
Hey man, you watched it live with the Knicks, bro. There was times where you're like, man, how the hell did he come up with that great separation without dribbling the basketball once?
Facts. That is crazy. That is nuts. Now what about
Yeah,
2011, 2012 villain LeBron in Miami versus 1991 2 or 3 version of Michael Jordan?
fuck, that's tough, bro.
Now those years are both their prime years. Those are like championship prime years, where physicality and also the basketball smarts are kind of like crossing. They're at the same path. They're not gonna cross each other yet. The older they get or the younger they are, the less smarts they have. The older they are, the less physicality they have, the more smarts that they have.
Bro, but can't you say the peak of Jordan was like the late 90s?
No, it
95,
wasn't.
90s?
It wasn't. It was
It wasn't?
91. It was 91, 92, 93.
That was like his peak athleticism. I know that.
No, that was the peak Jordan.
Peak Jordan. Okay.
Like that was you can look at when you look at the highlights, you can even look at the numbers, just like the defensive numbers. You can see the difference. The defense was insane. The defense was insane. It was like it looked like Giannis level now. Like it looked like that, and he was scoring. Him and Scottie
Bro,
Pippen. That was like their prime
I
years.
I got Mike, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know a lot of people are gonna get pissed, but I got Mike.
What? We're talking about 2011, 2012, villain LeBron after losing the finals the
Bro,
year
Villain
before.
LeBron was crazy, bro. Like, but Mike,
That version of LeBron was like it was fucking demonic.
bro, but Mike's mid-range jumper, like I think I gotta keep account with Mike's jumper, bro. And that's one thing that I think he has a little edge on over LeBron.
Me, I don't know who would win, but damn, that would be crazy. Just watching them.
Like, bro, I'm having a hard time answering the question.
Yeah,
Bro. I can make an
remember
argument
that
for
version of
LeBron.
LeBron was playing defense.
Yeah, I
He
mean
was playing
LeBron came up
lockdown
second place
defense.
in defensive. Bro, LeBron, even his mid-range jumper is Miami Heat. I think that was his best performance in the mid-range, if I'm not wrong. Because you remember he trained with Hakeem Olajuwon too during his Miami run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're talking
Man,
about
bro,
those are some prime years for both of those players.
you know what, bro? I'm gonna stay in the middle, bro. I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah, because even on defense, they're both gonna go at it.
Because,
That's
bro,
just crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucked. Like straight up, I'm fucked in that regard, bro. Like you're not winning. You're not winning anyone with that one.
Yo, the next one is interesting. 2006 Dwayne Wade versus 2025 SGA. Wow.
2025, bro. 2025. Bro, I'm telling you, Shea Gilgeous had one of the greatest individual seasons I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I've
That
been
is
watching
legendary. For
Yeah.
sure.
Like I thought the closest might have been 2015 Steph, but he didn't win that Finals MVP. But Shea, you
Wait,
know what I
peep
mean?
this.
Like,
Shea is one of the few people who ever averaged 30 points in the finals and won. Like, or just even had a 30-point season and just won everything. Like, it's only like Kareem, Jordan, Brent Berry, SGA, and I think that was it. There was one more person. But it was only like 5 people.
yeah, then I think that list itself proves Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, it's crazy. Michael Jordan made that list like 3 times, but it was only like 5 people. Crazy. SGA's on that shit.
Bro, SGA is SGA, bro. He's dope. Bro, you have one of my favorite teams we didn't get to. Number 8, bro. You got one of my favorite teams of all time. 2014 Spurs.
This is gonna be a tactician battle. The 1996 Sonics versus the 2012 or the 2014 Spurs.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm biased. I fucking love that 2014 Spurs team.
They were good. They were good.
They were awesome.
You know what? I got another one for this. The 2014 Spurs team or the 2024 Boston Celtics. Ooh.
Fuck, that's hard, bro.
That is crazy. That they both played the same.
Same, bro. Like ball moving everywhere, role players, man. I remember watching that Spurs game, bro. I think it was Boris Diaw led in pass assist. Kawhi wasn't up. Kawhi was a role player during that time. You know, he wasn't a superstar that we know now.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I think, bro. I think the depth of the Spurs, bro, is just crazy, bro. I
What
felt
about
like
the
they had an
depth of
answer
the
for everything.
Celtics though?
Bro, they were crazy too. But I just feel like, man, it felt like everything. It felt like you
Wait,
could throw anything at the Celtics, but they would fucking beat you, bro. It's just like the way they were able to
wait,
limit
the Celtics
LeBron.
or the Spurs? You mean?
Oh my bad, the Spurs. Like in 2014, I feel like no matter what you threw at them, bro, they had an answer for it.
Yo, I feel the
Like,
same way about the Celtics. No matter what you threw at
bro,
them,
I do too.
they had a
I do
they
too.
had an answer for it too. And plus,
Because,
at the
bro,
same time, wait, keep in mind with this, right? With the 2024 Celtics, what's his name? Jalen Brown and Tatum are in their primes. Tim Duncan is on the
yeah,
downhill side of his
he's on
prime,
the downhill
and
side.
Kawhi is on the uphill side getting into it.
Bro, that's the craziest part, right? But you look at the Spurs, it wasn't a superstar team. It was a team who everyone knew their positions, bro. And that's what, like, I guess you could say, like,
Same
oh,
thing for the Celtics.
bro, that's what I'm getting at. Like, you
Uh,
look at the way, like, the Celtics were able to limit Luca, is similar to the way that, LeBron was so limited in that 2014 finals. Like, bro, I think we forget the Spurs made everyone realize that D Wade was washed.
yeah. You know what?
Like, that's,
That season he was kind of bloated. Like I don't know. He had health issues. Like something
yeah,
was
Wade had health issues.
yeah
That's
something
when
was
Wade's
fucked
health
up.
issues really, like, shortened his. Because you look at Wade, he had a relatively shorter career. But that's also because he came a lot, like, later as
Hmm.
compared to his peers. But he had the leg injuries too.
Hmm.
But Wade, you saw, like, oh shit, like, you can't really hide Wade. Like, Wade is not that superstar that we once knew. He was
Hmm.
really able, and Bosch was a non-factor in that series.
Yeah, he was. Man,
Like, bro,
that's how good that
it's
San
a
Antonio Spurs team was.
100%, bro. Like, you look at it, bro. One through what eight, one through eight positions, like, they were fucking relevant, bro. Every player there. Like, Tony Parker had one of his best seasons. Ginobili had a bounce back after an awful 2013 series. Like, the Spurs, they figured out the Miami Heat, bro.
Hmm.
Like, the Celtics are another tough one, bro. But I don't know, man. Like,
Now I have
fuck.
another one. I have another one for you. This one is interesting. The 2022 NBA champion Stephen Curry, when he got brolic, when he got his muscles up, versus 1998 Reggie Miller.
Man, 1998 Reggie Miller is underrated, bro. Is
Yeah,
that the year he killed the
yeah,
Knicks?
that's the year he went up against Jordan.
Yeah, Miller was a crazy motherfucker, bro. Which year was it when he killed the Knicks and
No,
him and Spike Lee at that moment?
you said Mello or Miller?
Which year did Miller had the crazy year where him and Spike Lee at that moment? Where he did the choke pose and talking shit to Spike Lee.
Oh, that was years before in 1994.
Okay, I got my timeline mixed up, bro. But man,
Yeah,
bro, I'm gonna
it
be
seemed
honest.
like it was that year, right? But really, he was in his like he was on his shit that 1998 year because that's the year. Yeah, he was giving Jordan issues in that Eastern Conference
Yeah.
Finals.
But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I was a Knicks fan, I hate Reggie Miller.
Eh,
It seemed like, bro, anytime he stepped into the Garden, bro, that motherfucker for whatever reason just became
yeah,
like
just turned it
the
on,
best player in the
became
world.
Superman.
Yeah, bro. But I might, bro. Steph Curry was special. That 2022 year Steph Curry was something else.
Yep, that was his
Man,
like I like to call it his magnum opus. That was
that
like
was a scam. Yeah,
his fully like his perfect symphony, man. That like that cemented Steph, bro. Like that
yeah,
championship, yo, that 2022 championship for Steph was like Kobe beating the Boston Celtics for that championship. It was like that
yeah.
same kind of championship.
But I think it was similar because you also forget Kobe winning the Finals MVP. Now he proved that, oh, I'm not Shaq's understudy. Him beating the Celtics obviously holds some weight, and him passing Shaq in championships holds some weight.
But that's why that Celtics one was important. Like not only he did that, but
Yeah,
that was a real win. That
one hundred
wasn't against
percent.
like that Dwight Howard series. It was, Dwight Howard was doing his thing, but he was, he wasn't as
Dwight
experienced.
and
So
role
Kobe,
player.
Kobe washed him
Yeah.
up. Like LeBron messed that up. LeBron should have been in the finals. LeBron struggled
Yeah,
against
LeBron
Dwight.
blew it against Wade.
Yeah.
Dwight, my bad. Now Dwight.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Kobe winning that championship, man. It was just it means the same. You could tell, like, not every championship has that same. Not every championship it has the same meaning.
It's
It,
Kobe's most important championship by far.
and Steph's
That
and Steph's was the 2022 one.
100%. Because
That
now look,
answered a lot of fucking questions.
I think with 2015 he got robbed. Obviously, you look at Durant. Obviously, people are gonna have their conversation and opinions. But 2022, you just can't take it away from him.
Nope. And then let me see what we got here.
Like, that's why I honestly think Draymond talks so highly about it too, because he knows like why it holds so more weight.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about? What's your opinion on the 2004 Pistons versus the 2025 OKC Thunder?
No, they're a tough ass team, bro. The Pistons. I think they don't have star power, but they're a team that can switch on to anything. And Ben Wallace was a motherfucker, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then
But
Rasheed Wallace
OKC,
can open up the floor.
but in OKC's defense, they could stick Hartenstein, they could stick Chet on him. He would probably
Yeah, I
dominate
mean,
Chet. He would probably dominate Chet, but at least they'll have two bodies. Like Hartenstein
yeah,
was a problem, but it would have been a good series because, like you said, they didn't really have any stars, but they had a lot of players that were good. But
versatile.
OKC got two studs, man. That was two-way, both on the offensive and defensive. They were making defensive
Yeah.
plays too. So
One thing you can see for sure, it's gonna be a really low scoring game.
really,
The Pistons, yeah, the Pistons, bro, they knew how to bleed out a team.
hmm. Could be, yeah, because
Especially like they knew
yeah.
how to switch, the versatility, the like Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace in the
Wow,
middle.
can you imagine Tayshaun Prince going up against Caruso?
Bro, that'd be crazy.
That would be, that is a game of hustle. Lou Dort, Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah,
What?
bro. Like, bro,
Caruso?
it's gonna be the UFC on the court.
That is crazy. Wow, that would, yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're right. That would be like UFC.
yeah, it's like if Shea rises, then we're having a different conversation because Shea is the ultimate superstar on that court.
Wow,
He's the only
wait,
superstar.
peep this, right? Shay's mid range versus Rip Hamilton's mid range. Wow,
That'll be entertaining.
that's crazy.
That'll be a fuck you to analytics basketball.
Oh yeah, that would be a complete fuck you to analytics finals. Can you imagine that was a finals? Like, wow.
Wow, just
That
two guys
is
shooting mid range over each other.
they gotta come up with an AI simulation to kind of like just like kind of copy the archetypes and then make them
Oh,
go up against each other. That would be entertaining.
100%, bro. But until then, all we can do is play 2K about it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, I peeped this, right? 1987-88 Magic Johnson versus 2011-2012 Villain LeBron.
Villain LeBron.
What?
Bro, I love Magic, bro. But man,
He won the finals that year as the underdog. Like that year, if you look it up, that's probably his best season in the NBA.
Magic's.
The year he won, I believe it was 87.
Who did he beat? The Celtics, right?
I think so. Let me see.
Because I know he beat the Rockets and he beat the Celtics. Was it the Rock? He beat Philadelphia. The Rockies used to be in the Eastern Conference, if I'm not wrong, back then.
Yeah,
Man,
87 and 88. He won
was it
championships
against
both
the
those
Celtics
years.
or was it against the Rockets?
Yeah, 87. No, it wasn't against like he probably faced him in the Western Conference Finals, but he
But I
won.
think the Rockets were in the Eastern Conference back then. Let me fact check, bro.
Well, let me
I might
see.
got it wrong.
Yeah, he beat the Boston Celtics in 1987, and then 88 he beat Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you, bro.
So wait, hold on. It's the 87 year. That was his best year. Magic's
Hmm.
best year was 87. Yeah, it was 87. That was his. Yeah, he was the MVP too of the NBA.
Okay, I got my history wrong. The Rockets were in the Eastern Conference to 73 to 80.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an Eastern. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It was back then Ralph Sampson and them, they were tough. Man, who they lose to Ralph Sampson and them? I think they lost. I know Hakeem went to the finals more than 2 times. But
Damn,
man,
you know what? Magic, yeah, Magic was killing. Magic won the MVP 87, 89, and 1990. So he was still, whoa, he was in his prime. Yeah, that's why I said 1987 version of Magic Johnson versus the 2011, 2012 villain LeBron. That is nasty right there. That would be a crazy matchup.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that is because I remember Magic that 87 year. I think it was the Western Conference Finals. He was never supposed to win. Like, but there was a year. I think it was the 87 championship. I'm pretty sure it's that year.
Cream. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was Magic that really elevated the team.
Yeah. Well, you look at, I think Magic didn't win finals MVP for 2 of those finals. One Kareem took home and one James Worthy took home.
Mm.
But Magic in his prime, man, that was a crazy guy, bro. But man, bro, like LeBron, bro, like I said, a lot of it is just like from what I watched, right? So that's why I'm coming off with LeBron. But Magic had his moments where he was just tough. But I feel like LeBron, you could say, was a better scorer in that time than Magic was in his peak of winning championships. I think LeBron, was a more creative shooter than Magic Johnson.
LeBron was a more creative shooter. I don't know. That's
Magic was the guy who controlled pace. Like, obviously for his size, he can get rebound, and you're just running. That's how Magic
yeah,
got a
but he
lot of
was a
his
problem offensively too.
offensively in the post, right?
Yeah,
But
around that
LeBron,
time.
yeah.
Around that time, yeah. He was scoring. He was scoring like crazy. It's just he was like an offensive machine.
Yeah, he was an offensive machine, but his strength was mostly passing. I think with LeBron, you could say has a lot of scoring with his strength.
Let me see, cause I remember. I think you're talking about the beginning of his career. Like that year in '87, like he was killing it.
Yeah, maybe I got my timeline messed up. I'm just talking like historically. That's how Magic's always viewed, right? Like kind of a guy like he controlled pace, but he was never like LeBron. I think was a more like multifaceted. What's the proper term?
Yeah, he was more
Multi-dimensional scorer.
multifaceted.
Yeah, than Magic. But Magic, bro, for his size, obviously, he's gonna bro. We're talking about Victor Wembanyama of this time for the point guard position.
Hmm. Now, what do you think about the 2000s Lakers that went 15-1 in the playoffs versus the 2015 73 win Warriors?
Bro, can we flip this one? What about what if we flip it to the 2017 Warriors, where they also went 15-1?
Ooh, that's a good flip. That's a good flip.
Yeah, you got 2 superstars, Klay Thompson, Rick Fox, Shaq and Kobe, Phil Jackson, Steve Kerr. You know,
Wow.
former coach, former player relations. As is a lot of narratives driving.
Man, I wish the NBA stayed consistent with the rules, man, because it's like it's so many questions when you ask. You used to be able to ask questions like these, but now like there's just so many
How
changes with the
hard?
league. It's like
How,
according to
how,
what rules. But then again, the Warriors had no one to stop Shaq.
yeah, Zaza Pachulia would get eaten alive.
Oh, he would have turned into Zaza. I tell you that.
Yeah, Zaza Pachulia and JaVale McGee would have got eaten alive. But also, you look at it, the Kevin, like if they ran like small ball, they'd have to throw a lot of help at Shaq.
Mm.
Like Draymond would get eaten alive too. But also, you look at it, Durant really opened up the floor, right? So it's like, will Shaq be played off the court defensively?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's like, bro, it's like a generational clash with those two.
It definitely would be two different styles, and also that 2000s Laker team, they weren't really that they were more like a brute team. They were like really good, but they weren't like a
Yeah.
smart team. I think I believe Phil Jackson wrote that in his book. They weren't necessarily a smart team. Phil always thought that the Utah Jazz in the playoff series could beat them because they
With
just
Malone, and they're
yeah
a smarter team.
yeah
Yeah.
because they're just overall a smarter team. Like look at the Sacramento Kings series. That was a dumb series and the Lakers still end up winning it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
this talent.
fucking Vlade Divac tapping the ball at the 3-point line when you're only fucking up 2. That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. That's kind of crazy. Just catch the fucking rebound. Like it is what it is. The Kings kind of had opportunities to close that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just like the Lakers had that brute, but the Warriors, man. You can't even say they had the brute, but man, they were just a fucking smart team.
Yep.
Like, is this, bro? Like, I think like the Warriors will be one of those teams in the future, bro. Like when younger people get into the NBA, they'll never understand the Warriors, bro. It's just what it is. Like how, like, number one, it's already crazy to think two of the greatest players of all time are on a team together. But it's like just how smart the whole, like the construction, the off ball screen, kind of like the soft, like the small ball lineups. It's like it's kind of be hard to explain, bro. Especially now with people watching Jokic and Victor Wembanyama, it's gonna be hard to like explain the small ball lore.
Yeah, it's gonna be extremely, extremely hard.
Yeah, because they're gonna look at us like, what the fuck? Get a 7-footer off the bench for what is Draymond's height? Like 6'7", 6'8" guy as
Mm-hmm.
your start, like as your closing center. But it's like, oh yeah, it made sense. Like, bro, even now I'm thinking about it, man. Like the amount of small ball lineups we were watching, bro, and we thought that shit was normal, and we were like, kind of like, oh, the center position's dead. Where now it's like, man, it's like
It's it's
we
it's
look like,
it's, it's transforming. It's transforming again.
bro, it's transforming now. It's like, bro, we're looking at Jokic. We're like, man,
We're looking at the Houston
even the
Rockets.
conversation with Shaq. Yeah, Houston Rockets. Embiid, like, bro, the fact that we were in a drought for MVP in the center position, and now like 2020 came, two centers won MVP.
And who knows who's gonna be in the future? Wemby. It could be Chet. You don't know.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that Alexander Sarr kid is killing it too, bro. That I think he's gonna be someone interesting in the future.
Now he's a power forward. Or he's a center.
I think they're playing him as center.
The French kids that came in number 1 back-to-back years, I knew they were gonna be solid. It was just gonna take a little time.
Yeah, I thought people over. Well, I think Zachary Ricochet is gonna be a decent player. Like, I don't know about a star, maybe a lower tier all star or a good rotational like starting player.
I think the NBA and just the overall, it's a culture shock because it's a culture shock even for basketball because it's a different. The NBA is a different kind of basketball. There's a flair element to it that the Europeans, they play more robotic, and
Yeah,
that's why the NBA is going over there because you know it's either the Europeans now, like some of the best club teams, they don't make enough money because their league is not like an entertainment product. Like that's why the NBA, that's why they're collaborating with the NBA basically. It's to
yeah.
kind
The
of
NBA
make
is
it,
gonna show them a little bit of flash and
yeah, a little
a
bit more
little bit of
flair.
yeah,
And but that's what Zachary's kind of struggling with because he came from that robotic system. Now that they're telling him go ISO, and he's like, whoa,
yeah.
like I was
And
supposed to
now he's
get the
playing
ball
next
on
to
the
one of the most
run.
flashiest player in the league too, bro. You look at Trey Young; he's one of the more flashier players. You're gonna have
Mhm.
to adjust to that. But he's I think he's gonna have a really good career, man. I see Hawks fans overreact, but I think he's gonna be really good. But I think, bro, overall, like I think we were talking earlier, I was trying to bring it up too. Is I think we were talking about Victor Oladipo and kind of that whole transition, bro. You're seeing now the NBA is going more European, but is also going a lot more younger. We're not really seeing older players have a role in the NBA like that anymore.
Hell, we're even seeing players in their mid-20s get kicked off of teams. Like it's like a reboot.
Bro, I was reading earlier about Kem Whitmore, where there was a conversation where it's like, man, Kem Whitmore shouldn't be in rotations. All I'm thinking to myself is, man, a 22-year-old getting kicked out the NBA this young is fucking mind blowing, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Where the fuck's the NBA headed to, bro? Are we
Bro,
really gonna go younger
I
and younger?
hey, I seriously think the owners finessed the new CBA. They kind of finessed it. Now they don't have to spend a lot of money because they're quote unquote scared of the apron. And then now we're seeing players that are valuable not necessarily get what they really should in the open market, like Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. And
Yeah.
you know, teams now, instead of having guys that are fully on the team, they're keeping a bunch of two-way guys to not go over certain salary cap, penalties or whatever it is with the aprons. Like this shit is kind of
Yeah.
crazy. Like, and then, like you said, the league is getting super younger and younger and younger.
That's why I brought up DeAndre Jordan as an example, because you look at him. The only reason Jordan has a contract, if we're keeping it real, is because he's not expecting to get real minutes.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to make a coaching transition or a front office transition. So he's like, fuck it, I might as well like be a part of the bench and kind of be a player or coach, so he can make a jump to being an assistant coach or front office personnel.
There's a lot of changes, man. This shit is kind of crazy, but we'll see how it plays out, man. Like, cause I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the money seems like the NBA has a lot of money for the players as far as like the salary, but when you really
They're
look
not
at it,
willing to
there's a
spend.
lot of scarcity, man. It's like, will this team spend this money? Like that seems to be always the first thing being brought up. Like even Ja Morant. Look at Ja Morant now. They set it up where even if they wanted to trade him, there's not that many teams that can just like fit his salary.
No team's gonna take that gamble anymore, bro.
No, only shitty teams can.
I
Only
mean, dude,
shitty. Wait, my
like
bad.
Charlotte Hornets can,
Yeah,
but we're talking about like,
my bad.
mhm.
Yeah, only shitty teams can because they're gonna absorb his salary because they got a bunch of rookies on the team and they're not going anywhere.
But like a competent like Miami Heat's not absorbing his salary, bro, and they shown that in many off seasons.
Nope, they didn't trade for
Like
Durant. They didn't trade for Bradley Beal. They didn't trade
Dame,
for what's his name, Damian Lillard. There's a
no,
lot of teams that they're just like nah. They're just like no
like
thanks.
with them, it's like fuck it, we got Jaime Hawkins Jr. We're gonna see like how far his development goes. We're good on we're good on taking an expensive contract,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's worked out so far. I'll give him that. But that's just where the NBA is going. Like even the Knicks, bro. You look at the starting lineups a lot older. You look at their depth, bro. It's young cats off the bench. Like beside Landry Shamet, is all young cats and Clarkson.
Yeah, they had Malcolm Brogdon looking like an old man out there, bro. They just had
Yeah.
to.
Like, they said, "All right, bro, you're going home."
Yeah, and I think he was like 33. He was looking extremely old.
Bro, man, that's the injuries, bro. Those injuries caught up to him. With Brogdon, it was kind of like I think like that's why he went so late in the drafts too, because there was always a concern over his health.
But yeah, man, this has been good, man. You guys definitely hit up the link in the description below. Check out Samir's new Substack. You did Reed Shepard's sophomore jump and then Russell Westbrook, man. A perfect match with the Kings. So definitely check out
I,
Samir's Substack in the description below. All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Samir, until next time, be easy, man.
You too, bro. Take care, brother.
All right, stay safe, man. Peace.